Hello, boys and girls. This is lesson 3 of Piggy Book, and I know it will look backwards because I'm filming myself. I don't have anyone filming me today, but it doesn't matter. We're not reading, so I'm not expecting you to read backwards. Today, I just want to talk about the book. Now, it's a little bit hard because ordinarily in class you would get to hear other people's answers, but I want you to just do some thinking. And I will ask you some questions and I want you to think about them, or if you're watching this with someone else in your family, you can talk about it. But we had a good look at this book twice now, and we saw that the two sons behaved fairly badly towards Mrs. Pickett, and things changed in the family once she left them to fend for themselves. So I want to think about some of the deeper messages that might be in here. So firstly, at the start of this book, how were all the chores divided up? I'm just going to give you thinking time. I think Mrs. Pickett did all of the chores from what I could see. The others just seemed to get out of bed and be waited on. And then why do you think the mum did all the work? It's not like she didn't have a job to go to as well. I think sometimes things just happen particular ways in different families. And here's some questions for you to think about. Do you think women are better at vacuuming than men? Or do you think men are better at fixing cars? I mean, from my point of view, I think that anybody can vacuum. And if you're interested in fixing cars, it doesn't matter if you are a boy or a girl. If that's what you're interested in and that's what you like to do. I want you to think about who does the chores in your family and what kind of chores do they do? What kind of chores do you do? Do you do some chores to help out in the home? And do you think it's the same in every family? Or do different families do it different ways? And we can talk about fairness. Do you think it was fair that Mrs. Pickett did all the work while the boys just sat there and watched TV? Do you think it was equal? Did all the family do an equal share? Or was it all left to one person, in this particular case to Mrs. Pickett? And what do you think it would look like in a family if everything was fair? And should people only do what they're best at? Or should they be trying other things to get new skills? When you looked at the pictures at the start of this book and they were all dark and gloomy, do you think Mrs. Pickett actually enjoyed doing all of those things? And if she did enjoy doing all of those things, would it make a difference? Maybe if she did enjoy them, it would be more fair because she likes doing it anyway. So, for example, if someone in your family loves to garden, doesn't matter if they're a boy or girl, then they mightn't mind being out in the garden all the time. If there's someone else who hates being in the garden, and they're the ones who are made go out and weed, then maybe the fairer thing to do is to give it to the person who likes to garden. Were things more fair at the end, do you think, when everybody was doing their share? And do you think it's okay for boys and girls to do all kinds of jobs? What I'd like you to do today is to think of a chore that you do in the home already, because I'm sure you all do something, and write about how that helps your family. And then I want you to think of 2 other chores that you don't do that maybe you could help out with, or something you'd like to learn. So if you've never vacuumed, could you learn how to vacuum? If you've never put the washing on, could you learn how to use the washing machine? Or is there something that someone else in your family really hates doing that you don't mind doing? You might like taking the bin out because you get to go outside, and you might just enjoy that rather than doing something inside. So you might say to mum and dad, well, I'll do the bin because I like going outside. So I want you to think of 1 chore you already do and 2 more that you can do that would help somebody out. Okay, thank you.